The Checkpoints is presented by GM Pharma, the first international and multinational pharmaceutical corporation in Georgia.
This is one of the rankings, Elena, and where Georgia ranks pretty decent over the years, and this is important since investors, especially those who hear of Georgia for the first time, are interested in these rankings as usual. Another ranking where Georgia has high position is Ease of Doing Business Index, and probably you have heard of the recent scandal around World Bank's very famous ranking.
Indeed, David, it was surprising to read that the International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva was called out by the World Bank itself, her previous employer, for applying pressure to boost China's position in a ranking of economies. From what I have read, Georgieva said she disagreed with the findings compiled by an outside law firm at the World Bank's direction. However, the World Bank seems to find such serious ethics issues in its probe of the Doing Business report, and it has decided to cancel the series entirely, a statement released in Washington showed. But on the other hand, both of us know that the IMF and World Bank, David, have confronted a number of ethics issues over the years.
Yes, Elena, we have read numbers of articles on, for example, former French Foreign Minister Dominique Strauss-Kahn resigned as head of the fund in 2011 after charges of sexual assault in New York hotel room, which were eventually dropped. In 2007, Paul Wolfowitz, a top Pentagon official in the Bush administration, stepped down as the head of the World Bank over his involvement in arranging a pay increase and promotion for this campaign.
And Christine Lagarde as well, while leading the IMF, was convicted of negligence in 2016 by a Paris court over her handling of a multi-million euro dispute during her times as France's finance minister nearly a decade before. She didn't face a fine or prison term and went on to become the head of the European Central Bank. As for Kristalina Georgieva, this is what she said in a statement: "I disagree fundamentally with the findings and interpretations of the investigation of data irregularities as it relates to my role in the World Bank's Doing Business report of 2018. I have already had an initial briefing with the IMF's executive board on this matter." Georgieva is also expected to address the World Bank report at an all-staff meeting of the IMF.
The Checkpoints is presented by GM Pharma, the first international and multinational pharmaceutical corporation in Georgia.